Yo, welcome back to Breakthrough Thursdays with Passion to Progress, Joe Patterson PT, whatever you want to call it. This is episode 2, and today we're going to speak about how to come back from setbacks, just because we are all going to just have a setback in our lives. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, you're going to fail in everything. It's just to be real with you, because I don't want to become one of those influencers where we just talk poop. Because being a life coach, being a personal trainer, being a father, being a partner, being a fiance to my fiance, it's all about keeping it real, because everyone goes through troughs and troughs, everyone goes through rough patches and smooth patches in their lives. But this is about bouncing back and making sure that you can get back into routine and feeling 100 with yourself, just because of life is just going to throw you curveballs. Life is always going to give you something which you just don't want, but you are going to have to deal with it. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about how to turn an L into a W. And basically what an L is, it's a loss, but we can turn losses into lessons and actually learn how to win, because that's how life works. Only if you decide to make it work like that. And it's so crucially important to understand that, like, with yourselves, with life, with who you are, with other people in the whole entire world, you are going to struggle. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it presents us new opportunities to actually become 10 times better. So to break it down, anytime you get negativity, you want to use that as fuel to power yourself up, I should say, to do a positive action. There is going to be someone who you do not like, who is going to do something which you don't want them to do, and they're going to do it anyway, because they're going to wind you up and they're going to see that reaction come out of it. But what your job is your job is to be the bigger person. Your job is to break through. Your job is to become you, the ultimate and the highest version of yourself. And I can always say this from experience. There's been times in my life where I've trusted people, they have done things which I just thought, what the hell are you doing that for? Just because I've been too kind. But there's nothing wrong with being kind. Sometimes people take it for like their advantage, and that's their issue. But what you have to do, you need to make sure that you guard yourself. You've got to make sure that you use your strengths to your advantage so that you can win these situations. Just because you are kind, it does not mean that you're not allowed to say no to people, to tell them that they are a dick or whatever. Sorry about swearing, but sometimes you just got to get out of the system. And the slow process is not a bad process. Just because you are making slow progress in your process does not mean that you are not making any progress at all. And this is one thing which you need to actually nail on the head, just because it's just how it goes. And when I speak to clients and they've been having this, that, and the other, they've had people say stuff to them which is not nice, you've got to learn from these situations, because do you want to repeat this situation again? How are you going to overcome this thing? How are you going to actually learn to become stronger? How are you going to become much more independent? How are you going to be able to become so much more efficient with your time to eliminate people from doing it again? Sometimes people will try and do these things again, but in a different format, and it will surprise you and it will shock you. But if we learn these tools now, and if we learn how to actually overcome these things and have lower expectations for toxic people, we'll be able to prepare ourselves much more easier so that we can break through. So it's a very short one. It's just all about making sure that you can turn your L's into W's. I get that from a natural famous guy on Instagram called DMO DJ. I really love the philosophy behind it, just because he runs quite a lot of businesses. He has a family. He does lots of crazy stuff. But when you are heightening your life, when you are aiming for the top, people are going to try and bring you down. And it's just how it goes. It just sucks. But the reality is that should not stop you from reaching the higher heights to do what you need to do. Sometimes with people, they just don't like to see you win because they don't want to see themselves win. And it's nothing to do with yourself. It's just to do with them. And that's why you need to turn your L's into W's. That's why you need to bounce back. That's why you need to push harder. Just because of the current climate and everyone else feeling poop does not mean that you have to feel poop as well. It doesn't mean that you are obligated to feel the same. If anything, it should be like, right, this is a wake-up call for me to actually do more for myself so that I can actually feel better. A lot of people actually struggle to actually spend time personally developing. So imagine, we go to work, we train, we come back, we do whatever, and that's it. Life has never been about that. Life has always been about overcoming obstacles. Life has always been about developing yourself into a stronger individual. Because, say for instance, if you want kids or not, you're going to lead by example. Even to your friends, even to your peers, even in your family. Like, you developing your personal abilities and learning from these obstacles, learning from these L's, it's just going to help you out. It's going to help out more than others, more than what you think, I should say. But it's like, for me to give this advice, I've had to develop myself to then be able to be like, right, you know what, I'm sick and tired of hearing people moan and whinge and like just like posts, because sometimes we got to realize that liking things doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to solve something. It's about actually doing something which is positive, which actually equals to a better outcome. And again, being a life coach is all about actions. We can speak about it all day, we can plan, we can do this, that, the other, but it's all down to making sure that your actions are in correlation with your intentions and that you are wanting to achieve a current goal. So whether if you are feeling down, whether if you're up, always make time to personally develop. And that means reading a book when you're ready, that means eating healthily when you can, that means training when you can, that means getting out of the house, that means stop festering in your own thoughts and making yourself feel shit just because you just can't be arsed. It's like, it's yourself, you are you. There is only one of you on the whole entire planet, so you need to make sure that you are making the best version of yourself whilst you are on this planet. It doesn't matter how long it takes to do that, but make sure that you spend the time to turn your L's into W's, because as well with that, you actually gain a lot of experience and it'll help you to break through into the future. So guys, thank you so much for your time. This video has just been awesome to make. I always do Breakthrough Thursday straight off the top of my head. I always talk about what I feel, what needs to be spoken about, just because I know that people out there do struggle with mental health, and it is hard, and it just sucks. But I don't like to see people struggle like that, because everyone's unique, everyone's got a hidden gift and something what they should share or use. Even if it helps for yourself, even if like one of these videos helps you guys just to like move forward just by an inch is an inch, winning is winning, progress is progress. And sometimes just to get the ball rolling, we just need to kick up the arse, and there's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes when I struggle, I go through stages where I just feel rubbish, and I just think, you know what, I need to just get out of my own head. I like look online, I try and influence myself with so much positivity to make sure that I can help suppress and get rid of this negative thought or whatever's going on in my life, because I don't want to fester and I don't want to just be like stuck in the same position, because I think that's boring. Like, life is way too short, so we want to make sure that we are doing the best what we can. Sometimes if we need to take some time for ourselves, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but you want to be coming back stronger than ever to battle whatever's going to happen, because again, like I've said multiple times in this video today, it is called life. So if you are enjoying this new series, if you are loving these new episodes, if you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and make sure that you share and get this sent to other friends, family, whoever who just needs a kick up the bum, just because that's what I do. It's my job, it always has been, it always will be, and I want to make sure that people break through. I don't know why, but we've got to do it because there's no other damn choice. So apart from that, hope that you're all well. Make sure that you keep on looking after yourselves and stay tuned for next week's episode. Peace.